Hey guys, it's Pascal and welcome back to my channel. So today is definitely an impromptu video. I was not planning on shooting today. So today we are making oxtail. Yes, it's oxtail and not oxtails. If you follow me on Instagram, you noticed a few days ago I had made some oxtails and I didn't even share that much. I gave a few clips of what I was making. That was like my second time making oxtails, and when I tell you, like, I had nailed it this time, I did. I'm not even like boosting myself up. Just really proud of how it came out. And so when I had made oxtail for dinner, I had shared some with my super downstairs, and we've been doing this thing like back and forth where we're just sharing food with each other. Some days he'll cook dinner and he'll call me and be like, hey Pascal, I have a plate for you, come grab some. And I'll do the same, like, oh hey, I made this and that, and so we'll swap meals. I had shared my oxtails, and mind you, my super is like straight from Jamaica, so when you get a compliment about a Jamaican dish from a Jamaican, then you must have did something right. And so I decided to share what I did with this recipe. I don't have any solid measurements, I just have ingredients for you guys. So everything I use, I will link it in the description box below. And just a quick disclaimer, I did watch a few videos about how to make oxtails and like what goes in there. And so if you see like an ingredient, be like, why are you putting that in there? Trust me. I'm doing it for a reason. Like, the flavor just came out so great and so rich, and the gravy was just amazing. Alright, so I'm just gonna stop talking and then we're gonna go get right into it. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to clean our oxtail. Alright, so I have 2 packages of oxtail. These are really big, but it'll be fine, we'll be able to do it. So we're going to take these oxtails and we're going to rinse them under cold water, and then we are going to also clean them with some white vinegar. And you're going to want to let this sit in the bowl for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright guys, so I was about to get started with chopping my vegetables for the marinade, and then I realized I was missing a few key ingredients. So I am going to have to take a quick run to the grocery store, but we'll be right back. So for today's meal, you're going to need carrots, onion, bell pepper, red or green, whatever you have, scallions, Scotch bonnet pepper, the more the spicier, fresh thyme, mine's a little old and dry, and garlic. You want to give your vegetables just a rough chop. It doesn't really matter how big or small the pieces are, because we're going to let this simmer for a few hours. Everything's just going to dissolve anyway. The flavors are going to melt together. So again, a rough chop is fine, doesn't have to be perfect. Any size is okay. If you're wondering why I'm chopping on the counter and not on a cutting board, it's because my cutting board broke and I haven't bought a new one yet. You don't want to go overboard with all the vegetables and the meat. You want to have a decent ratio where there's like enough chunks of vegetables with the oxtail, because again, everything's going to cook down, so you just really want the flavors from all the vegetables together. Seasonings, we'll need seasoned salt, all-purpose seasoning, one or the other or both, black pepper, browning sauce for color, and soy sauce. all of our seasoning and vegetables together with the oxtail. Give it a good mix until everything is evenly covered. Then you want to put this in the fridge covered for at least 2 hours, best overnight. Yes, the secret ingredient to these oxtails is ketchup and honey mustard. I went ahead and mixed even parts of the ketchup, honey mustard, and brown sugar. You want to save the mixture for the end. You do not want to marinate with this. You want to save the mixture for the end, and I'll explain why later. I know some of you are probably thinking, like, why is she putting ketchup and honey mustard in her oxtail? I'll tell you the reasoning. It's because it gives the oxtail and the gravy that tang. I've made oxtail before without using those ingredients, and I couldn't figure out, like, this is really flat. I can't get that tangy flavor when I go to Jamaican restaurants. I know for a fact that ketchup is definitely one of those secret ingredients that they're probably putting in there to give it that tang. The honey mustard is something that my roommate actually brought it to me and told me that I could put it on oxtail and help give it more flavor, and I was like, that's not a bad idea, so I decided to use both. It's a great decision. So I know some of you are probably watching this video and probably want to come for me in the comments. Don't come for me until you try it, all right? Try it, and then you can come for me in the comments if you're like, this doesn't taste anything like an authentic oxtail recipe or anything like that. Trust me, I would not put it in my food if I did not think it added to the flavor and like gave me that tanginess that I look for when I make my oxtail. And as we wait for our oxtail to marinate, here is a cleaning break. Two hours have passed by, and now we are ready to fry our oxtail. You're going to fry the oxtail without the vegetables or sauce, just the oxtail itself, and you're going to get a nice browning on both sides. And I'm going to have to do 2 frying sessions because I have a lot more oxtail and my pan is a little small. So I'm going to fry on each side for about 5 minutes. So it's going to take me about a total of 20 minutes to fry all of my potatoes. We fry the oxtail because you want to get a good browning color on the meat, as well as those little bits at the bottom of the pan is going to help with your gravy and thicken it up later. Here I'm starting my second frying session, and that's going to take about 5 minutes on each side, and then I'm going to add all the meat back into the pot and continue to fry it for about another 10 to 15 minutes. Now we are going to add the veggies and the sauce base back to the oxtail, and then we're going to add about 4 cups of hot water to the pot. Make sure you add hot water so you don't have to restart the cooking process if you're using cold water. Give everything a good stir, and you want the pot to come up to a low simmer. We are going to let this simmer on the stovetop for at least 2 hours. The longer, the more tender the meat is going to get, so we have a while before it's done. We are going to make a simple, quick Haitian style red beans and rice to go with our oxtail. Y'all forgive me. I'm going to have to sit by the window because it is now 7:30 and I am losing daylight, and I want to just get as much natural light as I can before I have to turn on these whack-ass kitchen lights. So I have my vegetables chopped up for my rice. We're gonna get that started by sauteing on the pan until you get that aroma. And right, so we're gonna move on. Good rice always starts with a good base. So we sauteed those herbs, we added our red beans, and now we're going to add even ratio of rice and water, and then season our water very well with onion powder, garlic powder, ground red pepper, and the most important ingredient is a Maggi, a chicken bouillon cube. Add it to your rice and you cannot go wrong. I'm also adding a little bit of browning sauce to just give my rice a nice brown color when it's done. Let me know in the comments below if you want a detailed rice tutorial. I need to mention that oxtail is traditionally made with butter beans, so don't forget to add a can or two. To add your butter beans and the honey mustard ketchup mixture about an hour and a half, 2 hours in the cooking process. This way the butter beans don't lose their shape or get mushy from being overcooked. I add the ketchup and honey mustard mixture last because I want to use it to build up my gravy and not necessarily want my oxtail to marinate in those flavors, but use it to build up my flavor profile in my gravy and to thicken my sauce. And it's easier to do that at the end. Y'all, just look at the colors. This came out so well, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a try. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. The sauce is a little thin, so I'm gonna let it thicken up and then we are going to plate. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram.